What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Like Crypto, and you're watching Airdrop until episode 22. And we got ourselves a pretty banger list for you to farm this summer. These are all pretty high quality projects, which most of them have raised multiple millions of dollars in their seed rounds. And I'm sure those are going to be correlating into big drops as well. But let's get started without further ado. So first off, we have Katana, which is a layer 3 projects, and they currently have a deposit campaign going on for multiple of different currencies. We have Ethereum, we have USDC, USDT, wrapped Ethereum, and basically wrapped BTC is also available on this list. And you're going to be getting yield on these assets that you're going to be depositing, and you're able to basically withdraw them in June. And as you're going to be doing deposits, you're going to be getting CAT, which is the Katana token. And obviously, that's going to be part of the airdrop. And there's going to be a optional locking feature where you can basically have a vote on the liquidity pools and how the rewards are basically going to be done. Here's a bit of a multiplier system, how exactly everything works. When you deposit, you're going to be getting different tier chests, and all of them have a different chance to basically have a different amount of CAT tokens. The one highest being basically 10 million CAT, which is, well, very, very rare over here. And there are a couple of audits also made for this one, so it's pretty much safe to actually engage into this project. And I've been really trying to find a very high quality liquidity based project, and I think this one is kind of among there, because a lot of the other things going on Ethereum are LSTs, and LSTs are not exactly very valuable, and this is incubated by Polygon Labs and GSR, which kind of makes it a high value project. I believe it is a layer 3 for Polygon rather than Ethereum, but I could be wrong about that, as I have not done a full deep dive into this system. There's also a referral program. I've already deposited 1 Ethereum, and I'm planning to move all my assets from Karak. Once that drop basically ends, I'm going to be shifting around my assets, and that's what I kind of really recommend doing is just moving from one project to another as they are coming into an end, and as we are kind of believing that there is going to be a fair amount of drops happening this summer. Next up, we have Nansen, and Nansen is basically an analytics platform. There are a couple of things that you can, they currently just started out their points program. And the way it basically works is that you're going to be doing a couple of very simple tasks. There's a referral program among them, and these are going to be giving you points, and then points obviously going to be translating into an actual airdrop. Now, why Nansen is very valuable is because they have raised $88 million. Okay, that is a very, very high sum to be raised, contrasted into a lot of in any of like platform that would be even similar to Nansen. And there are a couple of ways to basically interact with it. There's staking, there's social media tasks here, and I think staking is on Hyperliquid, so you can do actually stake on Nansen Validator on Hyperliquid, and I think they might be operating on some other chains as well. And there are a couple of different ways to basically earn points over here, and definitely this is going to be a pretty huge drop, probably 4 digits. That's what I'm presuming, but obviously we don't know how much of the money they're going to be allocating, but these guys have a lot of partners, and I think it's going to be one of the largest ones, and a bit like under the radar, I would say, as of right now. Then we have Momentum, and I think we have mentioned this a couple of times on the channel. There is a leaderboard system with a referral program. My code is GX3S89, and basically what you want to do here, you want to do trade, provide liquidity, and then you're going to be getting points, and obviously you can stake as well by getting X Sooi, and I actually just moved my remaining Sooi into X Sooi, and once Volo Sooi, which we talked about on the last airdrop video on the monthly episode, I'm going to move those into X Sooi. So once one LST is over, you're going to be moving into the next one, etc. And this is how we make profit and money. And even if these airdrops in the LST side wouldn't be that valuable, it wouldn't matter, as we are not really losing any money by having LST tokens, as we are getting yield for them. So that's pretty good. So 2% APY. It's not much, but it's it's something. So there's no point of like natively really stake on Sooi as of right now, as the LSTs are giving you much more airdrops. Also, Inc. basically announced that they are going to be doing an airdrop. On their X, they made like a whole thread and everything which went into it. And in case you're out of the loop, Inc. is by Kraken, which is basically the second largest exchange in America behind Coinbase. And Kraken is pretty big altogether, and they have now basically, you know, the token is coming out and there's no governance, no fluff. It's just aligned with incentives from day one. And there's still time to farm it and basically just interact with the dApps and obviously deposit money into this chain. So there are a lot of deposit campaigns right now going, and you kind of have to choose which ones to go for. And I think there's still definitely time to play around with it. And I think given that it's by Kraken, it's definitely going to be a top 100 coin on launch, because that's been a kind of case with a lot of these tier 1 exchanges. So there's really a lot of reasons why it would be ending up on top 100. But I sadly haven't interacted as much as I would want to, but I have to get around actually doing a lot more stuff on the chain. Then we have Sooi Collect, which is the first native NFT marketplace on Sooi, which by the way is not true. It's not the first. There's been a couple of ones which were failures and didn't really, succeed. Obviously, we have been using Tradeport on Sooi, and they already have announced that a token is coming out. So join the Discord, and that will be getting you into whitelist, and that whitelist is going to be, allocating into the eventual points probably and giving you early points. So it kind of says early activity won't go unnoticed. So you want to be early on this one. And this is definitely going to be, alongside with Ika and Momentum, probably one of the largest airdrops taking place in Sooi that we have in store. Obviously, we have the Walrus Season 2 as well, but I think this is going to be definitely worth something. Moving on, we have Virtuals. And the Virtual platform, obviously, they are pretty big, and now they have a lot of like these points that you can basically get by staking different assets. And there are a couple of other things like referrals that you can get, and you're going to be getting from different tokens like Vader. There's Yapping also available, which goes into these points and everything. And there's the Genesis launches. I will not go into explaining those in this, but they're basically decentralized IDOs. And there also is ability to basically stake the agents. So a couple of different things. Virtual is a pretty good token, good AI token, and so is Vader. And I think these are relatively decent buys right now. I haven't checked the current prices. As long as you're not buying at the top, I think they're pretty decent going for, if you believe that there's going to be an AI bull run happening this cycle, then these are going to be definitely tokens that you want to have on your portfolio. And I think they're going to be performing well, but obviously I could be wrong about that. Not financial advice. But let's move on. Then we have Infinex, which is a platform that has a multitude of different like partnership campaigns. They have been around for quite some time. I think we have for years even maybe talked about some of their Gaux missions. We have featured them somewhere, maybe on the Recons page, or maybe I have done. And there are a couple of things you can do. You can do Yapping with Infinex, and then you can also deposit money here. You can do switches, which are basically swaps between cross-chain. And they have some airdrops, which they have already conducted on this platform. So you can basically get drops by being associated here. They got this thing called the Bull Run, but in order to play this, you need actually $250 deposited here in order to play it, and this is definitely going to be part of the criteria for that drop. And then there's going to be like these types of like vaults that you can participate on. I don't think they have launched all the vaults, or the vaults are not as of right now available, and those are going to be definitely part of the criteria as well. And I think Infinex has raised at least 5 or 7 million. I can't remember the number on top of my head. But let's move on. And then we have Yeet, which is a new casino social media experience on a bit of a different platform. This is very underfarmed. I think they also have raised 7.7 million. And I don't think these casinos really raise any money whatsoever. So this is a bit different style of project, as there are other people who have kind of talked about it. There might be a region block for this one, but obviously you can use VPN. That will help. And you can accumulate points by being part of the affiliate. There's also a VIP system, and you're going to be getting all types of benefits. There's a leaderboard here, which is about, the points. And as you can see, I'm already 2,768, so there's less than 3,000 people farming this project, which is very little. So as I said, it is under farmed as of right now. And there's also promotion going on for the rest of the June. So in case you're already playing at casinos, guys, like crypto casinos, maybe play here as well. You're going to be getting points at the same time, as a lot of these other casinos don't really have any point systems going on right now, at least no big ones. And then very lastly, we have the Humanity Protocol. We have mentioned this a couple of times, and I think they already did. Maybe I'm forgetting right now, because there are like so many things going on, as I've been kind of, off season, being, on the holidays and not farming super hardcore, but now I'm getting back into the gear again, waiting for that DeFi summer. Humanity Protocol is definitely, I think they raised a lot of money, and this is likely going to be a very good drop, because it's working on a niche that's not very competitive. There's not really much other competitors in the space. And you can do basically a form of human verification. I'm pretty sure that is not a KYC. It's more like some type of intelligent test, which basically verifies that you're human. You can connect your social media profiles over here, and then you can basically claim every 18 hours these points, which are going to be, and you're going to be getting bonuses from inviting friends as well, 50% basically what they earn. And then there's a KYC multiplier, which is going to be coming out in the soon, which seems to be optional. And then there's like faucets and things like that, as the Humanity Protocol is on testnet as of right now. So this is kind of one of those projects which are kind of prominent. But I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. There are a lot of high quality projects actually going on right now, and we're probably going to be seeing some of those older projects which we have been farming for months, like Mitosis, Karak, Linea, MetaMask, also taking place this summer. And yes, I understand people may be burned out a bit from farming, and that's like what happens to everybody, but I'm saying that there are a lot of opportunities going on right now for new people who don't have liquidity, and people who want to do testnets and things like that. A lot of opportunities here, and we can still make a lot of money before this cycle ends, which might be sooner than you think. Thanks for watching. I will be seeing you in the next video. Cheers.